Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warrior LTV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warrior LTV. Keep it locked.
I'm gonna tell you. We, as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? Yes, set the bar for the youth. Share, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned to the channel. I don't know all this shit. Yes, brothers and sisters. Greetings in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, and all things good and wonderful amongst us and about us. Welcome viewers and subscribers. Viewers, if you like the content, subscribe and make way to go to the platform. You see that whenever we all do, I just basically, we observe the three different Jamaica where you have. You see, one where the super rich, one where the working class rich, and one where the abject poverty. You know, see, there's a thing happening earlier up in the area with a little boy named Gabriel King, with him parents them and thing like that, where he went, he meet him demise under some really brutal circumstances. See, but we are go just examine how the thing not add up to us, our media cramine. You know, see, this is a little boy, and yeah, we mourn the loss. I ain't a loss of life. We don't encourage them thing there. Still, but this mainly have to examine, like I say, the two different contrasts in a Jamaica society. See, I'm going to read a little headline here from the Loop, Jamaica Loop, and it was published when? Okay. It was published the 23rd of March, 2022. Now, we are just observe the stupidity and the limited intelligence with which them even try to use to convince the Jamaican population at large. I can read this. The parents of Gabriel King, the 9-year-old boy who in Montego Bay, St. James in January, are appealing for persons who may have information that could lead to the arrest of their sons to come forward. Gabriel lost his life on January 13 after his mother was reportedly assaulted and dragged from the motor car in which the two were traveling. The child's body was subsequently found in the vehicle. On Tuesday, the parents released a statement through Queen Counsel Jacqueline Samuel Brown in which they outlined that they have fully cooperated with investigators and called for persons with information to come forward. In the midst of their grief, Gabriel's parents have given their full cooperation to the police. Remember how much time that's going to be repeated in this publication. Full cooperation to the police, investigators, including voluntarily providing detailed statements, submitting material for forensics examination, facilitating police interview with other persons who may have potentially relevant information, and offering assistance in making appeal to the public for information that could advance the investigation. Read a section of the statement. They remain committed to providing any further assistance or information required by the investigator and would also be most grateful if anyone with potentially relevant information would also share this with the police, the statement added. At the same time, Gabriel's parents complained that they have been hurt by public speculation regarding his demise. Their grief and suffering have been made more painful by the selective and incomplete publication of information relative to the crime, to the police investigations, and which have led to speculation and misconception in the public domain. However, they remain confident and that the forensic evidence will confirm the accuracy of the report made to the police and are hopeful that the investigation will be expeditiously completed with the arrest and conviction of the perpetrator or perpetrators of these heinous crimes, and that justice for their son Gabriel will be achieved, the statement added. The parents pointed out that the record will show that the police were immediately called on the scene and commenced investigations on the initiative of Gabriel's mother. Gabriel's parents wish to thank the police for their quick response to the 119 call immediately after Gabriel's abduction and kidnapping, and to thank all who have cooperated with the police investigations and who have provided emotional and spiritual support to them and the rest of their family in this very difficult time, the statement added. Now, the part that bother me the most is the part where they must say they are suffering from public speculation and things like that. Usually, it's not like the people usually just wait for appearance for a moan and then jump on them and blame them. There's always have to be some level of inconsistency with what go on and what they must say, why people get doubtful. And there was a lot of inconsistency, you know, see, and I'm not going to speculate what happened or how it happened or anything like that, but the inconsistency still exists to the point this day where the police find them untied. We have a next publication, a more recent publication I'm going to read, but before that I'm going to show a video with the policeman them express them frustration with people who were meant to help them. You get what I say? In regards to the investigation. And obviously the police said it best, very eloquently and very intelligently. You know, see it. So I'm gonna play the video and then we get back in we read the most latest publication and thing like that. See, watch the video.
I am standing here on the Fairfield Main Road, where on Thursday, the 13th day of January 2022, 9-year-old Gabriel King's life was taken away. His body was found with his throat slashed in a blue Audi SUV. Since that time, the team of investigators, they have employed a range of technological, forensic, and cyber strategies in attempting to make a breakthrough in this case. We've collected statements, we've even brought an expert on a motor vehicle of the exact make and model to the one young Gabriel was killed in on that day. Based on what was reported to us, the crime scene was reenacted. Several case conferences were conducted by the detectives. Earlier on this year, my detectives made an application for a production order pursuant to Section 21 of the Cybercrimes Act for the mother of the deceased to give permission to have access to her cell phone. That cell phone has been in the custody of the police since January when this murder took place. On the 6th of September 2022, the production order was granted by the parish judge, stating that within 48 hours of the service of the order, that the key and communication cell site and other data surrounding the phone be handed over for the purpose of the criminal investigation into the murder of Gabriel King. Through her lawyers, she is now challenging the order made on September 6. This key aspect of the investigation is sub judice, and as such, I will refrain from discussing that aspect at this time. Investigations are time sensitive, and the shelf life of some forms of evidence is limited. We were able to close the 1,000 case in 3 weeks through hard work, cooperation, and support from our citizens and persons close to the investigation. I would say that from the day of this murder,
something all right. Something all right, yeah.
Yeah, so these are the most recent publication. I'm going to read as follows. After almost 11 months since the brutal demise of 9-year-old Gabriel King in St. James, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, says it is still no closer to cracking the case despite repeated calls for information. That's because like nobody else don't know nothing. Deputy Police Commissioner Fitzbailey made the admission in a brief statement today at the JCF monthly digital press briefing, during which he indicated that the police are still having difficulty gathering information on the matter. There is not much more progress from the last time we reported on this matter. The investigation is ongoing. I must say that we came upon some challenges because we had hoped that those who are closely connected to the child would have cooperated a little more with the police. But the investigation is continuing, said Bailey. While the JCF has been pressed for updates into the case at previous briefing, there has consistently been no word on whether the police have identified any suspect in the child's demise or whether there has been any other breakthrough in the investigation. The police have been heavily criticized in the public domain for the lack of information in the matter and for not providing updates about the investigation in a timely manner. There has also been no information despite the offer of a $1 million bounty in July for information leading to the arrest of the perpetrators. Gabriel King, who was developmentally challenged, was abducted from his mother along the Tucker Main Road in St. James after she was reportedly carjacked by assailants who dragged her from her motor car and took the vehicle with the child still in the back seat. The car was later found abandoned off the Fairfield Main Road in Montego Bay, and young Gabriel was found in the rear of the vehicle with his, brute with him, I would even read a part there on the channel, but I don't know YouTube community guidelines and things like that said. Seen, so it kind of, it's like the people who supposed to help the police the most hinder the case from going forward according to the investigators' expertise and things like that. It's like they themselves are dictate how and when the police do them investigation. But these things only happen in Jamaica, may I tell you. And with certain people in Jamaica, because if it was like me say, from the ghetto type of people them involved, I mean, you'd get charged with obstruction of justice, and just by obstructing justice and things like that, hindering the investigation, would make you be more of a suspect. And then now, you being the last person to be in contact with the victim would have, provided or be evidence enough for you get charged for the loss of life of the victim, Rasta Gabriel King, be mother, father, whoever you think you are. At the end of the day, there is a whole heap of backstory regarding this thing, and I don't want to put forward none of me not seen on a headline, because, me still don't want to damage the investigation further or hinder the whole thing from moving forward, just like how the parents them do it. Even me, as a stranger, who don't know the little boy, offer more caution and attention and compassion towards the whole thing. How can you be the parents of somebody who go missing and certain certain part of the investigation here prevent from go forward? When you have fear hide, why it go reveal about you there, so that is so detrimental, more than the loss of your child's life. We're not stupid. We might done so, we not sense, but at the end of the day, this really it not fly when it come on to them sort of thing. You see it? We're going to read another little article here again from the Ocherias Grid. Seen? And it go, obstruction in the Gabriel King demise probe set for mention. Jamaica Gleaner, the case of set for mention the Jamaica Gleaner, the case of obstruction of justice concerning Gordon Brown in the investigation surrounding the January 13 demise of 9-year-old Gabriel King in St. James has been set for a mention in the St. James Parish Court on April 22nd. It is understood that the charge against Brown stemmed from a previous set of charges laid against businessman Michael Issa, King's stepfather, for a negligent loss of firearm, indecent language, and resisting arrest. King, who was developmentally challenged, was reportedly abducted by carjackers while being transported by his mother along Tucker Main Road in St. James on January 13. King was later found with such serious wounds that he lost his life at the rear of the vehicle, which was found abandoned off the Fairfield Main Road on the outskirts of Montego Bay. Obstruction case in Gabriel King, the my pro. Now, when I look upon you, says that's why would it's like it's a hit them money I get from the little boy. Whoever he said, yeah, let's say there were some assailants who really who were involved, yeah. It look like they got a hit from the little boy. Them not really come for nothing else but for the little boy. I mean, them get the car, successfully get the car, which is played out as being the main intent to take the car. Then get the car, yeah. So why leave back the car as well? You know, it's like it wasn't about the car. And what did this little boy do to anybody for them want for them want to do this to him? You know them way they are them little thing there. If you look pan, seeing it just don't add up. If at the car them want them already get it, them could have easily well drop off the little boy anyway and continue along them way. Let's say they were brutal, and which they are. You know, see, them can be really brutal in Jamaica. You know, see. Let's say that was the case with a little developmentally challenged the child. Something that's obvious. Where the mother say, little boy, him now can identify him now. Even if him can identify them, it not go hold up very much in a court because, like you said, he's developmentally challenged. Any good lawyer, good or bad solicitor would have leaned on that as a defense for whoever him did identify and thing like that. So even the criminal them. Let's say that's how they do. And that was the reason why them take him out then, yeah? Why leave the car? You know, and leave him in why? I fight them off for the car so much, and he was so successful that's them have to take him out in order to make for them escape, or else him, the little boy, would have hold them till police come as well, a developmentally challenged child. I am stuck trying to see or find what sort of threat this little boy could have posed to them, unless him was the one who them come for in the first place. And why would they come for a developmentally challenged child? You know, why? What's in it for them? You know, it just don't add up. And why would the parents know? Well, all right, you know, you see the video. You just see the video a while ago and hear with the policeman, the problem them with the policeman have with these people. These things alone, I watch for say what I go up here saying that mama you should have there in a custody long time. Plain and simple. The mother should have been in you see how she anyway. 7 months ago, the case of obstruction of justice concerning Gordon Brown in the investigation surrounding the January 13. Yeah, it's like 7 months ago, the case of obstruction of justice concerning Gordon Brown investigation surrounding the January 13 demise of 9-year-old Gabriel King in St. James has been set to mention in the St. James Parish Court on April 22nd. Brown's matter was briefly mentioned in court yesterday before presiding Parish Judge Sasha Ashley. However, the allegations against Brown was not outlined. When contacted by the Gleaner, although he was reluctant to outline why he was before the court, Brown would only admit that his matter was in relation to King's demise. This all derived from the tragic loss of life of a 9-year-old autistic child, Gabriel King. The matter is set for mention on April 22nd, and that is as much as I can say, said Brown. It is understood that the charge against Brown stemmed from a previous set of charges laid against businessman Michael Issa, King's stepfather, for negligent loss of firearm, indecent language, and resisting arrest. Issa, who is to return to court on April 11, has reportedly claimed that his licensed firearm had been stolen. King, who was developmentally challenged, was reportedly abducted by carjackers while being transported by his mother along the Tucker Main Road in St. James on January 13. The assailant dragged the woman from the vehicle before driving away with the child still in the back seat. King was later found with fatal wounds at the rear of the vehicle, which was found abandoned off the Fairfield Main Road on the outskirts of Montego Bay. In responding to concern about the lack of updates, Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis, who heads the St. James Police Division, had said that information revealed to the public must be delivered in a way that will not compromise the investigation. On March 10, it was revealed that investigators were awaiting the forensic results from the crime scene, following which a file would be sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for advice on how to proceed. You know, me just now buy nothing where them a sell ya, so it's hard to buy anything. I could hear what Nationwide I say about it. Nationwide have some argument here where they want to put forward. Make we hear about it if we are allowed legal, if we play them people their things, or if it make no sense.
On the 6th of September 2022, production order was granted by the parish judge, stating that within 48 hours of the service of the order, that the key and communication cell site and other data surrounding the phone be handed over for the purpose of the criminal investigation into the murder of Gabriel King. Through her lawyers, she is now challenging the order made on September 6th.
Why would a mother do that? What she have to hide? You know? And why is she not in jail for obstruction of justice at least? Why? I reach them, used to say, you know, one laugh at me, one laugh at, you know, them.
The team of investigators, they have employed a range of technological, forensic, and cyber strategies in attempting to make a breakthrough in this case. We've even brought an expert on a motor vehicle of the exact make and model to the one young Gabriel was killed in. The crime scene was reenacted. Several case conferences were conducted.
No, me I wonder if so much of taxpayer money I go spend on all of them sort of things where them a claim so them a do, where them have to do in order to make a breakthrough, while the mother I play harden with her phone. You know? We want to know if them all just make all of the money and just go to, you know? This thing here, no right, this a go on too long, you know, Rasta. What? This a go on too long, you know, for nobody, if it happens. So, the last person who come into contact with the victim is more than likely, and she are the last person come into contact with the victim and a whole harden, obstruct justice. No normal. We want to see what go on here, so.
From the day of this murder, we have been faced with roadblocks, some non-cooperation, and some legal fencing from persons who should be readily assisting with the investigation.
You hear that? Yeah, I'm glad. So, I just saw this. Something wrong here, so at all. Like a ninja man that say. Something wrong here, so higher. And people have all right to speculate. People have all right to speculate, you know, because, you know, there is no clarity from the woman where claims that she had the mother of a child, Rasta. You know, there's a bag of, I tell you, Rasta. You know, when I beat up my breath, you know, and watch how I go on. You know, see, we just highlight the item on the two sides of Jamaica where we have. Because now we in the ghetto, you could have did a play them joke here with the authorities and you don't get charged and thrown in a jail already. You know, see, Yeah. You know. Yeah. I man just a stay in touch with the eye them to the still. We give thanks. Rastafari, make we see what the outcome will be in the long run. Long time this a go on and I never say nothing on it yet still, you know, but them people are dangerous. Dangerous. We give thanks.